Shemai friendy, and welcome back to my channel. My name is CaitlinAnwyn for anyone who's new here, and let's get back into building in Planet Zoo. And today I'm going to be doing like a standalone pride build. This isn't for any specific zoo or anything, this is just to have a little bit of fun and celebrate Pride Month because we are nearing the end of Pride Month now. I thought it would be fun to do a habitat build celebrating Pride, and I had a little look on Steam and there wasn't a lot of Pride themed blueprints or any kind of build habitat things, and I wanted to have a bit of fun with like rainbow colors too. So this habitat is going to be for the bonobo monkeys, and the bonobo monkeys are actually known to have what they call homosexual relationships. That's what like Wikipedia says anyway. Bonobo monkeys are very loving animals, should we say. So I thought the bonobos would be nice to do a habitat for, and I played around a little bit with the barriers as well and made those rainbow too. I've had a lot of fun making this rainbow. Reading the fun facts really made me want to pick the bonobos for my pride build because I'm going to be looking down because I've got it on my phone. Bonobos are very uncomfortable with conflict, and competing for food or mates is likely to be solved by sharing rather than fighting. So they're not very aggressive, they're very like nice and friendly. I thought that would fit in really nicely with Pride. I thought it was really nice that they were very friendly as well, and like I said, they were known to have same relationships. It's mainly the females, I think, and the females are very, how should I say this, friendly towards each other. Speaking of that, one of the fun facts, Planet Zoo have really tried to make this like more family friendly, should I say. Bonobos are very physically affectionate to their counterparts, and that can be both genders, and are the only other species than humans that tongue kiss. And as you can probably tell from the title and the thumbnail, I'm making a pride float for the bonobos. I wanted to make something that would be like climbable because obviously they're arboreal, but I also wanted to make it like super pride themed, obviously. So I'm using like the little African truck as like the vehicle to pull the float. And I used the African beads as well and recolored those to make little wheels for the float. In the filter options, you can select flexi color, which basically means that you can recolor that object any which way you want to, which is absolutely fantastic. I love flexi color things, and I found these like metal beams, I think they're supposed to be beams, and they were just the right width and length for edging this bottom of the float. I was looking at lots of different reference photos to try and make something very pride themed and very cheerful, lots of rainbows of course, and I was thinking maybe it could be like floaty and fluffy if it was actually like a real thing, not like actual metal. I was picturing this more to be like a material of some sort that if when the float moved it would like flow and swish and be fun. And because I wanted it to be like flowy and swishy, I grabbed this like little object. I can't even remember what it is. It's too small for me to see at the moment, but I grabbed that and laid that on the underneath to make it look like tassels, so to give it a little bit more movement again, and colored those to sort of match in with the colors of the metal beams. I had a little break last week. I like to have like a little refresh after I've finished a build series so I can rejuvenate my mind a little bit, and I still wanted to do something pride themed. I actually started building this before the Africa pack was announced, and I'm now recording this face cam just after I have checked out the Africa pack. Had a feeling it was going to be Africa themed, but I didn't know when it was coming out, so I had started building this ready for a build video this week. I couldn't find anything like this on Steam, so I thought it would be fun to build something a little bit different. It doesn't always have to be nature themed or completely realistic zoo themed. And now I've got like the base done. From my reference photos, I've seen a lot of like balloon arches, rainbow balloon arches on these pride floats. So I used the sphere and the like cone shape, merged them together to make like a general balloon shape, and then put those into like a star flower shape. Now I'm like stacking them on top of each other and rotating them so they, as you can see, like slot into each other more, like what a real balloon arch would look like. Doing the like top bit, the curved bit, was the most difficult part. It was fun though to try and like figure this out, and I think this would be useful in other zoos. You could have these balloon arches in your zoo, like on pathways and stuff too. It is nice to have like archways over paths and stuff. It's a bit of fun. I love it. Speaking of having a bit of fun though, even though I built this in my break, I did have a lot of fun just relaxing basically and not switching my computer on for days. I had a lot of fun. I baked because I love baking, even though it was like a heat wave in the UK last week. I did have a lot of fun baking, and whenever I wasn't baking I was reading, which you can probably tell that I like reading from my background. I really enjoyed reading. I've read way too many books. Read so many books. I've been like rereading old things and trying out new books as well. I've had a lot of fun with that. And of course, I didn't mention it in my last video, but I also dyed my hair again. It doesn't come off as bright on camera as it looks like in real life. It looks a little darker, even though I've got two massively bright blinding ring lights in here. My camera just doesn't pick up these like vibrant colors as well. I love how this is a game building video and I've just been talking about my hair and reading, but like, why not, isn't it? And when I was researching animals who are like gay basically, I found these two penguins in London Zoo. Two male penguins are in a relationship in London Zoo, and London Zoo did like a pride event for their penguins, and these penguins even adopted eggs and stuff. Like, their story themselves were just so adorable. I kind of wanted to do a penguin one, and there was a sign saying some penguins are gay, get over it. So that's why I tried that out for the bonobos. That might be gone by now, but yeah. You might have seen it, but I wasn't really super happy with how those banners looked, so I wanted to create my own. The bonobos are technically from Africa, so here's the first Africa animal. It's my little cheat, because I sort of had an inkling we were going to have an African animal. So I was looking through the base game African style, and I seen this beaded banner, and it had a really nice curved shape to it, and it really looked like it was hanging. I really love the shape of this one, and I toyed with the idea of having it rainbow coloured, and then I tried black and white, and I think I settled on black in the end, just plain black, so it looked a little bit more of a solid colour, because I couldn't get rid of those black stripy lines and the zigzag lines, and I wanted to do like a cheesy pride quote. So I thought, why not just love is love, because that kind of fits in with the pride theme. It fits in with the bonobos because they are very affectionate animals, and like I said, they are very empathetic as well. So I thought it really fit in nicely with just love is love. I like awkward giggle because I got bullied relentlessly in school for having a parent who was in a relationship with someone of the same gender. I've always grown up with it, so it never really felt any different to me, and I'm hoping now, you know, 10 or 15 years later, it's a lot better in a school environment than what I had. I don't know whether you can tell that I'm slightly awkward, but I'm not awkward because I'm talking about like pride and stuff. I'm feeling awkward because I still have some, I don't know, trauma with it all, because I got bullied so much for having technically two moms. I've always like been an ally, and now I'm the other A in the LGBTQIA2 plus. Now I'm ace instead, but yeah, I've always been an ally. I love that I've always been the ace. I went from just ally to, oh yes, I'm ace, very quickly. And no, I'm not calling this my coming out video, even though this is all pride and stuff. Like I said, this is like really normal to me. I've always had like pride, how I've grown up, and I see like my baby cousin who has two moms too, and I see her just be a little version of me and think nothing of it, really. I really do like the fact that it can be normal now. I really appreciate what people have gone through to protest for human rights and equal rights for everyone. And you kind of have to like go deep with these things with pride because of obviously like Stonewall and things like that. You got to remember your history as well as trying to make the future better for everyone else too. I got really deep. I wasn't even planning on this. I was like, oh yeah, rainbows! This is great, woohoo, Pride Month. But yeah, you kind of like think a lot about it. I've watched Pose, a very good series to learn about some LGBTQ plus people, and that really opened my eyes to a lot of things. So if you want to learn a little bit more about certain things like queer culture, is that a good way to put it? Yeah, Pose is really good for that. Okay, let's get back into Planet Zoo. I'm just happy that I can do things like this and I can represent more people. And yeah, this is a zoo game, and yeah, I'm supposed to be building like a habitat for an animal, but this animal is, you know, would be technically LGBT if, you know, animals really put labels on things. Like London Zoo celebrated Pride, why can't like anyone else, why can't we celebrate Pride in our zoos as well? So I thought the float and the little truck needed a road to go on, and I just kind of based this on a British road. In my mind, I was building this for like Cardiff Pride or something. I don't know. So I put like double yellow lines on the sides because in big cities you cannot park on those streets. So I just put some double yellow lines there, and I figured that the float would be driving in the center of the road, so the white dots. I'm guessing this is very similar to most places. I don't really have to explain that, but that's what I was picturing as well. And I wanted to do a little pavement as well for the side of the road because the road just looked a little bit too flat. They had like flexi colour as well. I can't believe I've only just now found flexi colour. When that's like basically my favourite thing to use in this game. This is why this game is now my favourite game. And another reason, which still kind of blows my mind, Planet Zoo official Twitter retweeted my post about my clouded leopard habitat and commented, and then commented on my zoo tour video from not last Saturday, the Saturday before. I can't believe it. Like, fair play to that PR team or whoever controls Twitter. Thank you. You made my day twice. And it's still, as you can tell, puts a smile on my face. Come on, Caitlin, now. Stop fangirling. don't care. I love this game. You can tell I love this game because I play it all the time. So I don't care that I'm fangirling a little bit. But yeah, like Pride's about celebrating you and celebrating being individual and identifying as however you want to identify, just like I do. I've been to Prides as an ally. I'd love to go to a Pride now as Ace and celebrate that too. That's the whole point of Pride, isn't it? And even the Bonobos want to share their love. I hope I reach someone and someone else can kind of relate to this, because I could have done with that. When I was younger, being bullied, I could have done with someone on the internet chatting shit and being okay with things. That would have made me feel better, so I'm hoping I can make someone else feel better. If you want to download any of this, I do have a Steam link in the description. I will have the whole habitat as one blueprint, and I'll probably put the Pride float as a separate thing and the balloon arches, because they are super fun, as a separate thing as well. So like if you want to check out my Steam, if you're Planet Zoo too and you want to celebrate Pride in your zoo, it doesn't all have to be just Pride Rock, does it? You can download those downstairs or down there. And I will leave it off there. I hope you've had a very wonderful Pride month, or you've had a very wonderful June, because it's been rather sunny. And I will leave it off there. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to share anything, you can if you want to, because I've shared way too much today. You can share anything you want to if you feel confident enough to. Honestly, it feels really good to be able to share. Maybe I'll just feel like you're not as alone as you thought you are. I hope I helped with that a little bit. Yeah, I've been talking for an hour. I need to stop this. And I'm going to leave it off there then. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and if you haven't already and you would like to, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We're starting the New Africa pack next week, so look forward to that, and I will see you then. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!